Welcome to Keeping It Real with KC. I am your host, KC Phoenix. It is the mid-month energy readings for March. Oh my goodness, Cancer. Team Cancer. I'm a Cancer. How did I end up pulling us last? For those who may not know, I pulled the names out of the bag because I don't want it to seem like I'm showing, preference to one sign or another. And I did it on Friday, yesterday. And I feel like today is Sunday because this is my 12th reading. I've recorded, so I will have recorded all of the signs today. And I'll get them uploaded throughout today and tomorrow. But Cancer, woo! Last but most certainly not least. Last but most certainly not least. Okay, let's get down to it. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Please keep in mind that this podcast is available on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora. The list goes on and on. So whatever podcast you're comfortable listening to this show on, feel free to listen to it on there. Because either way, I receive credit for all of it. So it's all good. Now, if this is your first time listening to me do a tarot energy reading, I read energy. I don't read reversals. Also, tarot card energy does not have a sex. So it doesn't have a gender. It isn't male or female. It's energy. So keep that in mind too. I do a pre-shuffle and then I do the main event. For the pre-shuffle in my main deck, I pull the Eight of Pentacles, which isn't surprising, and the Sun. So Cancers, you and your work right now. And as a fellow Cancerian, I can relate. I've been working. All I do is work. Also, with the Sun, if some of you have not been feeling well, you will more than likely start to feel better. Your healing is going to be coming in. It might be a slow process, but it's definitely going to come in. The reason I know that your healing is going to come in, not just because of the Sun, but also because of Judgment. In the clarifying deck, the Judgment card came out. Judgment is a second chance. And I feel that Judgment is being passed on you where you've received the second chance in situations where you thought, oh, well, this is it. The universe is saying, guess what? I'm going to give you another shot. I'm going to pass judgment and give you another shot. Also, the Hermit card came out in the clarifying deck, which means that you are doing a lot of soul searching internally. Also, you're keeping to yourself. You're not talking to people on the phone all the time. You're not necessarily texting all the time to people. You're in your work. Eight of Pentacles. And that Eight of Pentacles has been steady coming out. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the Sun came out during the overall March energy reading for the overall month of March. This is the mid-month energy. So the energy has stayed consistent thus far, is what I'm looking at. Also, with the Sun coming out, I always have to let people know there could be a baby on the way. It's like a caveat thing. If the Sun card comes out, don't be surprised if you find out you're pregnant or you hear, thank you, it's 2:22 on the clock. If you find out that you're pregnant or if you hear that you got somebody pregnant, males, or someone in your inner circle finds out that they're pregnant within family or whatever, that a baby would be on the way. So don't be surprised if you hear that. Also with the Sun card, some of you may be looking to purchase a new car as well. So some of you are looking for a new car. It wouldn't surprise me with stimulus coming out that might be your down payment for the car that you're looking to purchase. So that is one thing to consider too. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the main, and then I'm going to pull a 4th card for the overall message. But for the pre-shuffle energy message, that's what that is. I don't know where the main message is going to go because your guess is as good as mine. Okay. May I have 3 cards for the sign of Cancer for March 2021 mid-month energy? May I have 3 cards for the sign of Cancer for March 2021 mid-month energy, please? May I have 3 cards for Cancer? Thank you. May I have 2 more cards? All right now, don't get nothing on you. May I have 1 more card? That got interesting. And may I have the overall message? I got 2 cards. Okay, I'll take it. Won't he do it? Okay, this is interesting. Cancer. For the past energy is the Ace of Cups. So there's new emotion, new starts. Ace is about new. So it's a new offer of emotion, new offer of starting something new. Maybe someone came in and told you how they felt about you. Maybe you had an offer for a new job. That could be it, but that's usually more Ace of Pentacles, but it can be Ace of Cups because if it brings joy where if you were, let's say you were working a job that it just wasn't bringing you fulfillment emotionally, but then a new job comes available and they just happen to see your resume online and they make you an offer. That could have been the case too. But regardless, something came in. There was an offer that came in, and if it hasn't come in yet, it will be very, very soon. But I'm picking, this is the past energy though. That is something that is fulfilling you emotionally, is what it is. It's something new that is fulfilling you emotionally. Now, your current energy is the world. The world came up before. And actually, the world came up in my previous reading for the overall energy of March. I believe the title of the reading was The World is Your Oyster. So far, this energy is consistent. It's remained consistent. The energy is there for you to use. Please keep in mind with tarot cards, this isn't saying that something will absolutely happen. Tarot card energy is not about that. Tarot card is just saying, hey, this is the energy that happens to be coming out at the time. And that's why I always tell people, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But right now, you're in the process. And especially with that Judgment card and Second Chances, this World card, World is about completion too. It's where you've learned a lesson. You've learned a karmic lesson. Whether it was a lesson in a love relationship, whether it was a lesson in life as in being an individual, whether it was a lesson on a job somewhere, some type of karmic lesson has been learned and you're in that present energy. Also, the World card can be about travel too. So some of you may be looking to travel. And as I said before, yes, I know what the current situation of the world is, but I can tell you right now, people are still traveling. As a matter of fact, one of my friends, he just went to Florida for vacation in the Everglades and went jet skiing and sent me pictures and stuff and whatnot. So people are still traveling. Also, I know people who work for the airlines and they're telling me that everyone has been flying south, going to Mexico, going to the islands, doing this, doing that. So when I'm saying traveling, and then some of you might be like, oh, well, who's going to be traveling right? No, people are traveling. So it's a possibility that something may open up where you're like, you know what, this seems safe. This might work and I might have a little extra money stored because you've been working enough, Eight of Pentacles, where I can just up and take a little vacation and do that. So that could be the case. Also, someone could be traveling to you. Also with the World card, it is a thing of you could be the center of attention right now, where you are becoming well known around the world in whatever industry you are in, whether you're an artist, whether you are in I'll just say the airline industry, whether you're in finance, what your job, whatever. Something that you may be in the middle of doing right now may be boosting your name recognition worldwide, is what also could be happening with the world card coming out. So keep that in mind too. And that is the energy that you're in at this present moment. Now, future energy is Five of Cups. Five of Cups is regret and sorrow. I feel like this might come with all of the responsibilities. It's almost like when I said earlier in the clarifying deck for the pre-shuffle that the judgment came out and that gave you a new lease on life. And also you have the Ace of Cups too. And now you have the World card where you've graduated, you've ascended, you are ascending to a different type of level. It's almost like what the saying goes, more money, more problems, heavy is the head that wears the crown, so on and so forth. As you are taking on all of these new responsibilities, because the things that you once did, you don't do anymore. And because of that, you have to do new things that require more of your time, more of your attention. You may not be able to socialize with the people that you once socialized with, even though as much as you would like to, you just don't have the time. Because with your new lease on life, now that judgment has been passed, now that you have learned your karmic lesson, now that you have graduated with the World card and you're moving up in the world and you're taking on more responsibility, your time is finite. It is not infinite. And you are realizing that your time is not infinite and that it is finite. Because of that, that might make you a little sad because you're sort of walking the road by yourself. And that goes back to the hermit too. You're sort of doing things on your own, and being by yourself might bring some sadness and a little bit of despair. And there may be times where you're focusing on the cups that are spilled versus the cups that are not. So keep that in mind. You might find yourself falling into that energy. The message from the universe is the King of Swords and the Six of Wands. These came out together. What the message from the universe is saying is that you're going to have to pull yourself out of this energy. The King of Swords, he is an architect. He's similar to the Emperor, but on a little bit more of a low key level. And he is he's very logical. He's very analytical. If you need someone who will give you their opinion, or if you need someone to provide a solution that is mind-based and not heart-based, not emotion-based. He's the King of Swords. He's not the King of Cups. He's not about emotion. He's about strategy. He's about blueprints. He's about preferring to know the outcome before it even happens. He's about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And he is about moving forward. So the King of Swords, the universe is saying you might need to take on some of this energy, whether you're male or female. You might need to take on some of this energy. The thing that came out with this, these two cards came out together, that's why I took them together for the overall message, is the Six of Wands. And by the way, Swords is air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Wands, fire energy. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Six of Wands is victory. Whatever you're doing, you're going to have victory. You don't need to stay stuck in this. As you're graduating and dealing with more things with the world, you don't need to let yourself fall into despair with taking on these new responsibilities. You need to put on the crown of the King of Swords and analyze things and continue to move forward. If you take on this energy, the end result will be victory. The Six of Wands is what it will be. But you can't let yourself get overwhelmed with all the pressure and all of the responsibility that comes with leveling up. The King of Swords, he's fought many battles. All of the kings have fought many battles, different types of battles. But the King of Swords, out of all the kings, the best strategist is the King of Swords. Not the King of Cups, not the King of Pentacles, not the King of Wands. Even though the King of Wands is a close second. But the King of Swords is the best strategist out of all of the kings. It's all about strategy. It's all about operating on a frequency of communication, knowledge, and logic. And that's what you're going to have to do. You can't operate entirely on a frequency of emotion. If you take on the King of Swords energy, then you'll have victory. And that's the overall message. You will have victory. So Cancer, that is what I have for you. I am starving. I'm going to eat me something. And then I have to start preparing to upload all of these videos. I can't believe I did all 12 readings today on this Saturday. Today's Saturday. So yeah. Anyways, if this resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. That way you will know when I upload new videos or a new podcast. And don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. Thank you again to everyone for all of your support. I sincerely appreciate it. Until next time, be blessed.